Hillary was different. From the first moment, Tenzing knew. May 1953. Base camp. The British expedition gathered for introductions. The leader, John Hunt, introduced the climbers, one by one, names, countries, achievements. Then he pointed at the Sherpas. And these are our porters, not names, not introductions, just porters, like they were equipment, not people. Tenzing had heard this before, every expedition, same treatment. But then Hillary stepped forward, walked directly to Tenzing, extended his hand. Edmund Hillary, he said. New Zealand. And you are? Tenzing was shocked. A Western climber asking his name? Tenzing Norgay, he replied. Hillary smiled. I've heard about you, 6 attempts. You know this mountain better than anyone here. Nobody had ever said that before. Nobody had ever acknowledged his experience. The other British climbers talked among themselves, planning routes, making decisions. But Hillary pulled up a chair next to Tenzing, spread out a map. Show me, Hillary said. Where did you fail before? What went wrong? Tenzing hesitated. Was this a test? A trick? But Hillary's eyes were genuine. He really wanted to know. So Tenzing showed him. The routes that failed, the weather patterns, the dangerous sections. Hillary listened, actually listened, took notes, asked questions. What would you do differently? Hillary asked. Nobody had ever asked Tenzing what he thought. They told him what to carry, where to go, when to stop. But Hillary was asking his opinion. The south route, Tenzing said. Everyone tries north, but south is better. Hillary studied the map. Why? The wind. The north route faces the jet stream. Winds are deadly, but south is more protected. Hillary nodded slowly. You're right, we'll try south. The other climbers objected. The south route is untested, too risky. But Hillary stood firm. Tenzing knows. We trust his experience. That word, trust. Tenzing had carried loads for British expeditions for 18 years. Nobody ever used that word. Training began. Hillary insisted on something unusual. We trained together, he said. Same exercises, same schedule, same treatment. The other climbers trained separately. Sherpas carried equipment. Climbers trained, but Hillary trained alongside Tenzing. Shared meals, shared tents, shared decisions. One morning, Hillary's oxygen tank malfunctioned. He asked Tenzing, can you fix this? Tenzing examined it, made an adjustment, fixed it. Hillary didn't say good job like praising a servant. He said thank you like thanking an equal. Small difference, massive meaning. During one training climb, Hillary slipped, started sliding down the ice. Tenzing reacted instantly, secured the rope, stopped Hillary's fall. Hillary climbed back up, breathing hard. You saved my life, he said. Tenzing shrugged. It's what we do. No, Hillary insisted. You saved my life. If I fall, you're not just losing a climber, you're losing a partner. Partner. That word again. The other British climbers treated Sherpas as disposable. If one died, hire another. But Hillary saw Tenzing as irreplaceable. One evening around the campfire, the climbers discussed the summit attempt. We'll need strong Sherpas to carry our oxygen, one said. Hillary interrupted. Tenzing isn't carrying my oxygen. He's using oxygen too. We're both climbing. Silence. Shock. Sherpas don't summit, someone said. They support. Hillary's voice was firm. Tenzing summits, with me, as equals. That night, Tenzing couldn't sleep. He dreamed of reaching the summit for 18 years, but always as a supporter, never as a climber. Hillary was offering something different, something revolutionary. True partnership. The next day, Hillary sat with Tenzing. Private conversation. If we reach the summit, Hillary said, people will ask who stepped first. Tenzing nodded. I don't care who steps first. Hillary continued. We arrive together, we succeed together. Tenzing felt something crack inside. Not breaking. Opening. For 18 years, he'd been treated as lesser, as helper, as background. Hillary saw him as equal. During the climb, this difference became even clearer. At Camp 8, the night before the summit attempt, they shared a tent. Hillary noticed Tenzing looking at a small photo, his family. You have children? Hillary asked. 3, Tenzing said. 2 daughters, 1 son. Hillary pulled out his own photo. His wife, his son. I'm doing this for them, Hillary said, to show my son that big dreams are possible. Tenzing looked at his photo. I'm doing this for them too, to show my children that we are not less than anyone. Hillary understood. This wasn't just about a mountain. It was about dignity. When we reach the top, Hillary said, the world will know. Sherpas are not porters. They are mountaineers. The summit push began. At the Hillary step, the 40-foot ice wall, Hillary climbed first. He could have continued, reached the summit alone, claimed all the glory. But at the top of the step, he stopped, turned around, reached down his hand. Together, he said. Tenzing grabbed his hand, climbed. At 11:30 a.m., they stood at the summit. Hillary immediately pulled out his camera. Your photo first, he said. Tenzing raised his ice axe. Flags flying, the famous image. Now you, Tenzing said. But Hillary shook his head. I don't need a photo. The world needs to see you at the summit. Tenzing understood. Hillary was giving him the proof, the evidence, the recognition. This wasn't about ego. This was about justice. When they descended, journalists swarmed them. Who reached the summit first, they demanded. Hillary looked at Tenzing. Tenzing looked at Hillary. They had agreed. They would never tell. We reached it together, Hillary said firmly. But someone must have stepped first, the journalist pressed. Hillary's answer was final. It doesn't matter. We were roped together. One man doesn't climb Everest. Two men do, as a team. The journalist hated that answer. They wanted a hero, a winner, a first. But Hillary refused to give them one. Later, in private, someone asked Hillary, why won't you take credit? You could be the sole hero. Hillary's response was simple, because Tenzing earned this as much as I did. Maybe more. He tried 7 times. I tried once. His courage is greater than mine. Years later, after both men had died, historians found Hillary's private journal. In it, he wrote, Tenzing was the better climber, stronger, more experienced, braver. If anyone deserves to be called the conqueror of Everest, it's him. I was just fortunate enough to be his partner. That's the Hillary difference. Not that he was the best climber, but that he treated his partner as an equal. In a world that saw Sherpas as servants, Hillary saw Tenzing as a colleague. In a world that valued Western achievement over Eastern contribution, Hillary insisted on shared credit. In a world that measured worth by nationality and race, Hillary measured it by character and courage. That's why they succeeded. Not because they were the strongest, not because they were the luckiest, but because they trusted each other. Other expeditions had stronger climbers, better equipment, more funding, but they failed because they saw Sherpas as tools, not teammates. Hillary saw Tenzing as an equal, and that made all the difference. The lesson is simple. Success isn't just about individual skill. It's about partnership. How you treat people matters. Respect matters. Trust matters. Hillary could have claimed all the glory. History would have let him. But he chose to share it because that was right. And that's why both their names live forever. Not as master and servant, but as partners. 2 men, 1 summit, equal credit. That's the Hillary difference.